This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Kaplan and Crew with just the crew today. Scott is in Virginia? West Virginia? West Virginia.
Massive
West
difference.
Virginia. Big time difference. He's out there watching his son play college football at West Liberty. Well, that makes sense. West Liberty, West Virginia for the first time. So we are here with you, the crew. Alex Padilla, John Browner, Jason Lawhead filling in. We are live on YouTube. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. If you're listening on the radio, you're on your way to wherever you're going to watch the Padres Phillies Game 3. We appreciate you listening on the mightier 1090. We are carrying the game on the mightier 1090 starting at 4 o'clock. So instead of kind of just recording something and then putting it like it, we're going to do it live for the people right now. We'll get you ready for Padres Phillies. That's really all we're going to talk about. If you guys could hear the conversation before the show, then you know that that's not what we were talking about, because these two basketball heads cannot stop talking about how terrible the Lakers are, but that's a different show. For now, mightier 1090 will air the pregame show from ESPN Radio at 4 o'clock. Followed by first pitch at 4:37 when Joe Musgrove takes the mound tonight for the San Diego Padres. Before we get into it, Jason Lawhead at Jason Lawhead on Twitter. How are you today, man? Thanks for filling in. We always appreciate it.
Good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, even though my Cleveland baseball team is no longer in it. I'm a happy Padres fan and excited for Game 3 tonight. So good to be with you guys,
dude. That is listen, as two dudes that were at a game where they couldn't be eliminated, they could only clinch. I just losing like that. I'm sorry. Like they're just, everything went weird in that Game 5. Like with whether the rain delay the night before, the air travel for everybody was screwed up. So
that was messed up.
Condolences. It would have been probably, listen, MLB will be happy with either Houston or New York in the World Series. And they probably won't be so happy if San Diego makes it to the World Series instead of Philadelphia. So I think we are enemy number one in the baseball world now that Cleveland's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe, though, I think baseball has come around to the idea that, San Diego's a very large place. There's a lot of excitement here, and I think you'll even pull those other teams that Dodger market that can't believe they lost to them. I think there's probably some purists in that audience that goes, come on, San Diego, let's win this thing. And
you will get people watching all the way down from Orange County, from up to Orange County down here, and you'll get the Mexican people watching.
You might get some Giants fans too that are deep down, that are purists, go pulling for this little team, pulling for this man.
I think the idea that people are still, San Diego's a small market. There are over 3 million people in San Diego County, and if you pull for a baseball game, if you can get 1 million people to watch the baseball game, that's a win for baseball. A playoff.
You're not even talking about Imperial County, which is full of Padres fans. Right. You're not talking about Baja California, which is full of Padres fans.
Exactly.
This is a very, very large market. But it's funny because I'm on TikTok, and I don't post anything on TikTok, but I am on TikTok. The show's on TikTok, and we post stuff at Kaplan and Crew on TikTok. Browner goes viral all the time with his hot takes. But there is a current trend, because you swipe on your For You page, and whatever you like or whatever you spend your time watching, the algorithm figures out what you're really watching. Right now, my timeline's full of baseball, like a lot of baseball stuff. And a trend that I'm seeing is Yankee and Astro fans, they're calling that the World Series already. They are already discounting the 89 and 90 win team on the NL side. They're like, whoever wins the American League will win the World Series. That's their narrative. As far as San Diego and Philadelphia fans, they're like, oh, little cute San Diego with your little yellow towels and your Blink-182 and your Ha-Sung Kim. Like, you think you're a rowdy crowd? Just wait till you come to Philadelphia. That's like, Philly fans are ready to be ridiculously Philly scumbag as they can possibly be tonight. I think it'll be, listen, we were at New York, but I think Met fans were more upset at the Mets than they were at the Phillies.
Yes.
We were in LA, but I think even in LA for those two games, they were all in that stadium like, we got this. Don't
Yeah,
worry
they were
about
entitled.
right. Don't worry about those dudes. In Philly, they understand that the Phillies and the Padres are the same team, and the Philly fans are ready to give it all against the Padres.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's going to make that big of a difference, but I'm telling you, Philly is from TikTok. Philly is ready to explode on the Padres tonight.
This is a great opportunity for people to see Philadelphia when it comes from a fan base perspective, and San Diego are no different.
Mm-hmm.
The San Diego Padre fans fill that stadium through and through. There were no Philly fans in the stands to the point where you could tell there were a lot of Philly fans because the red hat is so undeniable. You can see it from anywhere like a blue Dodger hat. So you could tell that park was dominated by Padre fans. I expect to see the same thing tonight. I expect to see the Phillies dominate. The sound will be no difference. Their fan base, they're just dirty people. They fight, they hit, they throw things on the field. That's what separates us from them. That's it. Their degenerates buy more tickets than ours. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. They've got more sports.
That's all.
That's it. That's all. They got more sports, so they get seen more, doing more outrageous things. But it's not going to be louder there than it was here. I don't think so, because the stadium's basically roughly the same size.
But I mean, louder as far as cheering against, cheering for. That's just something that's to deal with. I don't think the Padres go anywhere and become intimidated. That's not the kind of team that they've shown to be.
They went to Dodger Stadium all season. Dodger Stadium has one of the largest crowds in baseball, and they won there. Listen, Game 3, Game 5, go to the Padres. I'm telling you right now. Game 3 and Game 5 go to the Padres. We're going to come back here and be – you thought we were louder when they beat the Dodgers? Wait till we show up in Game 6.
The nice
Jason, you have experience in Philadelphia, going to sporting events in Philadelphia.
Doing
from Cleveland.
stand up,
right,
and look, they love this, and then they're crazy. They're always crazy, and the one other thing that usually gets thrown into that pot of stew is that they usually are on these huge championship droughts. So yeah, the Phillies won one back there in the early part of the first or the late part of the first decade. And that was a drought since 1980, which was a drought since like 1890, I think, before that. The Eagles just broke that all-time drought since I think 1960 was an NFL championship. The Sixers haven't won one since Dr. J and Moses, and that's the only one they ever won in that town. And the Flyers have, which is like their team. That's a hockey town. I mean, that's why they love this team so much, because this is a tough Philly team. It's a gutsy Philly team. This is a baseball team that they've wished they'd been able to put on the hockey ice in the last decade or so. So they love this. They're going to come out like a Flyers game. And
waving towels.
No doubt they're going to be loud. They're going to probably, out in the right field. There's probably going to be a lot of racial slurs, and there's going to be some fights between fans, and there's going to be some stuff said. And the one thing, with Philly is, or at least with San Diego going into Philly, you've pointed out earlier on a broadcast we did together going into the season, the San Diego scores a lot more runs on the road. I think 100 plus more runs on the road.
And the Phillies actually scored more on the road this year.
Yeah. So, and San Diego, look what San Diego's done so far on the road. We pointed it out. 2-1 against the Mets. 1-1 against the Dodgers. That's 3-2 overall against teams that won 212 combined games. So they're looking good. They're not feeling any intimidation. As loud as that place gets, as rowdy as it gets, I don't think it's going to shake any nerves. I think it's just, Musgrove's going to come out. He did a clincher in Shea in Game 3. He gave a heck of an effort at home. He's all settled in, and so I think it's big that they go up 2-1 tonight. I don't think it's the end of the world if they don't, but I think it's huge to go up 2-1 tonight, to have that breathing room, to know that you put a Musgrove win on the board after such a great start that you didn't get that win from Darvish. So to go up 2-1, to have Darvish in the holster again coming out, knowing that he pitched great, a game that he could have and maybe should have won. is good news for San Diego right now.
Yeah, let me to piggyback on the things that you guys just said. Browner said win game 3, game 5, talking about Musgrove pitching tonight. That's the guy you want on the mound if you are in some sort of hostile environment. That's the guy.
Sure.
Him and Blake, him and Yu Darvish are the two dudes that you really trust going into the hostile environment. I don't think anything phases Yu Darvish. Legitimately, you could be like throwing bow and arrows at the guy while he pitches, and I think he'll be fine. Musgrove has this mentality of I think he almost excels on the road sometimes because he loves that. He thrives in that kind of environment. But when I say tonight is crucial, don't get it twisted as like it's a must win or this. Here's why I think tonight is so crucial to get a massive advantage over the Phillies. And that's if you win tonight, you're now up 2-1. That gives you the breathing room to then be very comfortable starting Clevenger, piggyback Manaea tomorrow. Then you go Yu Darvish on Sunday, full rest. Blake Snell Monday, full rest. And then you ask your $100 million man, if necessary, on Tuesday to go on a shorter rest. But if you lose tonight, now you kind of have to win Saturday, and you're probably still going to throw Clevenger and Musgrove out on Saturday. But it gives you like a more of like, okay, damn, like these are guys that give up big time home runs in a place that's very easy to hit home runs. So I'm not telling you that if they lose tonight, they lose the series like I did for game 2. I'm telling you, winning tonight sets up the Padres to be very successful on their road to the World Series.
The only fear that I have based on Yu Darvish starting in Philly is he gives up home runs. Yeah. And it could, instead of it being, instead of it being 1 or 2, we could be looking at 3 or 4. And once in 3 or 4, solos don't necessarily break your back. But once you give up 1 or 2, you start pitching a little different. Then you walk a guy here, or a guy gets a single or double here. And now instead of it 1, it being a 2-run homer. And so that's my only issue with Yu Darvish starting in Philly. But at the end of the day, I have more confidence in our pitching staff than I do in their pitching staff. And I'm pretty sure they kind of feel the same way. But again, to start the season, the Padres were considered one of the best rotations in baseball. The Phillies were not on that list. And all we're doing now is paying.
Well, we have the 12th worst pitching staff in the postseason.
Right. Isn't it funny how things change? Now all of a sudden you got Yu Darvish showing up. You got Blake Snell showing up. You got Joe Musgrove showing up. Who, other than the Astros, who have an older Verlander, and Garrett Cole in New York, I don't really see another rotation with 3 solid guys that are playing good at this time as well. I don't see it.
Yeah, as far as the Phillies go, I mean, Zach Wheeler totally shut down the Padres all season long. They got to Aaron Nola, which is good, but Ranger Suarez, who's going tonight, who's a lefty, he did very well in game 1 in his 1 game against the Padres. Very different teams, obviously. We talked about this before.
Right.
When the last time the Padres played the Phillies in June, very, very different teams. So it's difficult to take things from that as far as who they faced, because 5 of those guys aren't even here anymore.
Right.
And as far as
the Phillies are healthier than they were then, probably. Right. So.
And as far as Musgrove goes, he got roughed up by the Phillies this year. And that's when he was really going through his struggles after the All-Star break. So there's things that you can take away, but I would say this: nothing that happened in June and nothing that happened in game 1 and 2 really matter. Every single game is different. Every single game, you got to go out there. You got to perform. You're now in Philadelphia. I don't know what the weather's going to be like yet. I saw people wearing beanies in the Padres sideline.
And that's going to help you. Getting back to Browner's point, the colder, the damper the weather is going to help you in that home run situation. I don't think that they're going to be as easy to feast on.
It's 64 degrees in Philadelphia today.
Nice.
But the night games it'll drop. I mean, when that sun goes down, it's autumn in the East Coast, and it'll get cold.
Okay, between 2, because it's 2 there now. 2, 5 o'clock, it'll be 64. Still,
oh, nice day.
It'll
what
drop.
Time is it at 7:30?
7:30, 8:30. What time?
57.
Is it? Yeah, that's not too bad.
That's playoff baseball.
Yeah, that's great baseball. But
that's playoff baseball.
But it could drop when Darvish's start. It could be 43 when he's pitching.
Don't be out there at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
it'll be 44.
Right. I think if the Padres win tonight, they got a chance to take the legs out of the Phillies in the series and make it a short series. I think if the Phillies win tonight, this thing will probably go 7.
You got rain on Sunday, though. You got 56% chance of rain on Sunday.
Well, let's focus on tonight because we don't even know who's pitching tomorrow yet officially. We have an idea of who would pitch.
It has to be Clevenger.
Yeah.
It has to be Clevenger.
Yeah.
I think if he's healthy enough, because like when we had Loretta on the show, he said that he took an injection in his knee. So if he's comfortable enough to get out there again, you have to throw him. No thanks to Sean Manaea. If if Clevenger can give you through the lineup once, okay, then have Sean Manaea come in and go through the lineup once. That'll get you to the 7th inning. I don't want to see Sean Manaea start the game. I don't want to watch that many home runs go. I don't want to give another game away.
The good thing about the first game having a game 2, they didn't use that many arms. Nick Martinez went to Suarez, then Hader, and then you had a day off. So you didn't really tax your guys. You had a day off.
Ready.
Now it'll be interesting to see what the managers do though, because there is no more days off. So whether it's 3 more games, 4 more games, or 5 more games, there is no more days off. So after Sunday, you're flying back to San Diego and you're playing on Monday. I don't know why the MLB scheduled it this way. I don't know what it would cost them to take a Monday off when you're traveling cross country that way. But those are the cards they were dealt. These guys have done this all year where they go from Philly to Seattle to Texas and they're playing almost every single day.
It's not new to them.
Not new to them. If anything, it might get them more in a rhythm. But the only thing that concerns you is, let's say Musgrove today does his normal 6 or 7. You bring in Suarez, you bring in Hader, you get the win, you confirm, and you will lock in for sure that the series will come back to San Diego if necessary. Your biggest concern, at least my biggest concern, is if tomorrow Clevenger is not right, and if he only gives you 3, and then you got to throw a guy out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That puts a lot of taxation on your bullpen for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, if necessary. It's a lot of like moving pieces. It's a lot of chess pieces that Bob Melvin's going to have to figure out as the series goes. No one knows how it's going to go. Musgrove can go 1 today. You never really know. Musgrove could go 9 today. You don't know.
This is why I'm saying if we're predicting the things that the way that they've normally gone, Musgrove will give you 5 or 6 today, and then you can probably get 3 or 4 out of Clevenger, and then get 2 or 3 out of Manaea safely. That's usually how things.
It's almost
our bullpen hasn't really. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, to go with what you're saying about Musgrove, even if he gives up 5 or 6, you might still make him go 4 or 5 because you might need to save that bullpen.
Yeah, I agree. Because they let Blake Snell give up 4.
Yeah,
with the potential to probably go to 5. Just because, listen, we're in the 2nd inning. You gotta figure this out.
We gotta get something.
Well, Blake, he was unfortunate to have the drop ball by Soto, the misplay by Drury at first base.
Mm-hmm.
If Soto makes that catch, the sac fly brings in that 2nd run. It's probably all he gives up, and they really don't get to Snell. He buckles in. And so Philly really hasn't really gotten to San Diego starting pitching yet, the way San Diego got to Nola big time.
Right.
So even if game 4, if they've got that 2-1 lead, Musgrove gives them the innings and the bullpen isn't, you can even waste if Clevenger doesn't get out of the gate and they score a bunch of runs, then it's on your offense to bring us back. And you can almost say we're still going to save our bullpen and we're going to let Manaea go out there. And, as long as he doesn't keep giving away the farm and we're down, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But if it's one of these games where you're down 4-0 again, but it's on Clevenger instead, you got your offense there to say, hey guys, get us to a 3-1. Let's snatch this one out. And if we go up 3-1 because you guys homered us back into the ball game and won it for us, then this thing's over, baby. It's just a matter of time. And
and listen, if that does happen, they have guys that don't pitch often that will pitch.
Sure.
You're going to have guys out there like a Morahone you will see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Things of that nature. Like Pierce Johnson hasn't been used. I'm sure he's going to be used more. So they have guys that you'll see that if it does get out of hand, I'm sure you're going to give Morahone 3 innings if you have to. But let's not like hope for that. Obviously not hope for that, but let's just hope that Musgrove goes out there and does what he normally does. We appreciate everybody that's here live. We know we never go live, especially this early on YouTube. Shout out to the people that are in the YouTube chat: Ismail, Nancy, Al Long, Joe Rigby, Albert Long, Brian Burkett, Juliana. That's just who I see real quick on my screen. Shout out to you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. And if you're listening on 1090, stick around because the game will be aired on Mighty 1090 starting at 4:30 tonight on Mighty 1090. We are brought to you by the 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com, just minutes away from downtown San Diego. I don't know. My screen is frozen right now. That's interesting. So,
Hey-o.
also, yes. So minutes away from downtown San Diego, 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. I know. At least like it's not terrible. Why am I frozen? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Shout out to all the chatlins. Let me see what we got here. Anthony Avila, Morales, who's shouting at Al. I think you already said Al. Is that Red Rhino 63? Why'd you come up with a name like that? Shout out Juliana.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got there? B. Burkett.
Brian.
Shout out.
All right. Well, it's time for a commercial break. We'll shout more people out when we come back.
Shout out Nancy.
We'll take a quick commercial break for those listening on Mightier 1090. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Absolutely. The best part of the day is working with the team and working directly with customers. Just because it's fun and I enjoy collaborating. I enjoy watching the customers' reactions when the designers come up with their spaces. And we really take pride in the team effort and what we accomplish in the end.
I can tell that the team we have, accountability is very important. They feel like the work that we do is not just a reflection of themselves, but a reflection of us.
We've always been a design build company, but now we've taken design, not only architectural, but interior design to a completely different level.
The philosophy of integrity here at Murray Lampert is always doing the right thing even when someone isn't looking. In turn, the homeowners get a really great product.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
I thought I was okay. I had a degree, I had work experience. I should be able to provide for my kids. But they're just things that you don't plan on in life.
My husband got laid off and we are a family of 5.
My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I would ask the doctors, what can I do? And they would just say, just make sure she's eating. Our lives just changed completely. Thank God that we always had a plate of food.
When your air conditioner needs to be tuned up, repaired, or replaced, call Bill Howe, the name you have trusted for over 40 years. We carry the most reliable, energy-efficient brands that will fit your budget. Whether you are looking for a traditional or ductless air conditioning system, you know who to call.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe, because we know how.
Do the ups and downs of the financial markets have you on a roller coaster? Don't let the market take you and your investments for a ride. Stabilize your funds with SDCCU's Great Rate Savings, Money Market, or Certificate accounts. Choose a savings option that meets your needs and watch your money grow with SDCCU. Earn 1.5% APY on a 12-month certificate or 2.5% APY on a 36-month certificate. Open an account at sdccu.com/now. SDCCU, it's not big bang banking, it's better.
Change the way you look and feel with San Diego's most comprehensive varicose and spider vein treatment facility. San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center offers minimally invasive, pain-free procedures performed by board-certified cardiologist Dr. Tahizadeh. With over 17 years of experience, we specialize in the diagnosis of varicose veins, spider veins on the face, hands, and legs, ankle discoloration, leg swelling, and more. Improve your vein health today. Visit consultation.sdveintreatment.com or call 619-582-2404.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, everybody, welcome back. That was, if you're watching on YouTube, if we ever go live, that's what's probably going to be. We're going to have to put a little screen on, and then we're going to have to fix our technical issues. I had to leave the room, come back. You know what happened? My camera unplugged. I don't know what the hell happened there. So my camera unplugged, and now we're back. We are on YouTube live here. For those of you that are here, we appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that is putting shout out on the chat. Always appreciate you guys.
Let's get some more likes. Get some more of them thumbs up, man.
If you're coming here to our YouTube channel at your normal time at 3 o'clock, me and Browner were having these conversations, and Scott was having these conversations. Like, should we go live every day at 10 a.m.? I'm like, oh, we're changing the entire audience if we do that. That's a 5-hour difference. You're going to have to rearrange some people's clocks.
So let us know if you guys would like for us to go live for, let's say, 10 minutes, a little pre-show teaser. And then you guys get the show at 3 o'clock in its entirety with no extra show. So we would basically be taking the extra show that we do at the end and putting it in the beginning at 10 o'clock just to kind of wet the palate, so to speak.
I would do it opposite. I would do end of show live. That way we know what we already talked about. Like coming up today.
That's also a very good idea.
So we'll figure it out. Well, I mean, now that we all have been hooked up by our partners at Cox with some
shout out to
Super Duty high-speed internet, it seems to
Yeah.
be very stable. It looks clear to me. It looks clear on the. I'm watching right now on YouTube. Jason, you look fantastic. That beard looks like straight and lined up. Browner,
I know,
wearing a hoodie like
Always.
always. I'm wearing the hoodie that I wore during the rain out game on Saturday. Not rain
Dried
out
out
but the rain
finally?
game. You know what, dude? Kinda.
Okay.
I think there's still tears of the Dodgers on here. I could feel those.
I have had a great time watching these compilations of Dodger fans being so mad at their team and ripping their hats and their sweaters. It's beautiful. Setting their shirts on fire. Like, come on, guys. Really?
Yeah, and I find it. I know I said that if they lose, they should fire Dave Roberts. But then what I kind of failed to mention, and I was talking to our friend Blake Harris about this the other day off air, was that Dave doesn't really manage that team. Like a lot of those decisions are from upstairs.
Yeah.
And I know their VP of baseball operations had a press conference and was like, Dave has autonomy. Dave runs the bullpen. Dave is the manager. And you're like, don't believe you.
We get to fire him because things are going wrong. So therefore, bye-bye.
Yeah. So
that's all that is. I love it. I love it when that happens. These people come out, like these GMs come out and they try to say, oh, well, this person's got full autonomy. They can make this move and we're not calling down. Yeah, you are. Yeah, stop it. Yeah, you are. We know how modern day baseball works. If you're in on analytics, Dave Roberts isn't sitting there with a iPad going, beep-bo, beep-beep-bo, beep-bo. Wait, hold on, wait. If I'm Dave Roberts.
Oh, there you go. Analytics.
If I'm Dave Roberts, I'm not sitting there going, beep-bo, beep-beep-bo, 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 beep-beep.
So those were the
beep-beep-bo. Take out Tyler Anderson.
Those
Get
were the
out
nerds,
of here, man.
As Browner, do that for the nerds that didn't make Manny Machado a Gold Glove finalist because his outs above average weren't as high as the other three.
Okay, I work at the Golden Glove people. Beep-bo, beep-beep-bo, beep-beep, beep-bo, beep-beep-bo, beep-bo. Oh, you've got more errors? It doesn't matter. Beep-bo, beep-beep-bo, beep. Oh, you don't have a better percentage? It doesn't matter. Beep-bo, beep-beep-bo, beep-beep-bo. Nolan Arenado, you win by default because we like you more.
Browner, what if you're looking at Ryan McMahon, who has the worst fielding percentage of any third baseman? Should he be a Gold Glove finalist?
Beep-bo, beep-beep-beep-bo, beep-bo, beep-beep-beep-bo. Yes, because we like him better.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, man. And I've seen your comments on Instagram. Does it smell a little racist? Maybe. Okay, I said it. Okay, I said it. Even though Arenado's in there, but whatever. Yeah, I've seen it. Manny Machado has this reputation. That's it.
People don't like him.
People don't like him.
People don't like him.
This is a Baseball Writers Award. We understand how Baseball Writers Awards work. We understand that Manny Machado probably won't be an MVP finalist, even though he single-handedly carried this team for about 4 months this year. Put up not career best numbers, but all around just top numbers. And don't be surprised when he's not an MVP finalist. And the Cardinals have 2 or the Dodgers have 2. So if they do make him an MVP finalist, does it make up for them not making him a Gold Glove finalist?
No, because I think he would win the Gold Glove. And the MVP, to me, I don't think he's going to win the MVP for the same reason he didn't even make the Gold Glove list.
Yeah.
Like the same idea why people think the Padres are a cute little story when they've got a top 7 payroll in baseball. They started the league being ranked as one of the teams with the best opportunity to win before they even made all these trades. And yet here we are again. We're in position to win. We're in position to get to the World Series. And people are now going back to the whole reverted to the small market, cute little San Diego. Y'all, that's great. We was cute when we bust the Dodgers ass. And we're going to be cute again when we bust the Phillies ass. And I hope it's New York. Because would nothing be better to me than beating 2 New York teams so Brian Kenny's head can explode.
But man, wouldn't it be some freaking story if it is the Astros and Joe Musgrove has been so anti that 2017 World Series title? Wouldn't it just be so juicy to have Machado go up against that cheating team that he was a part of, although he really wasn't he wasn't a hitter, so he wasn't cheating. But wouldn't it be just an incredible story if that does happen? But anyways, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Big game today. But we're talking about the Gold Glove real quick. The Padres did have 4 Gold Glove finalists, which I think surprised a lot of people, especially in right field and center field. So the 4 Gold Glove finalists for the Padres, Ha-Seong Kim at short, who I know Browner has said his things about Ha-Seong Kim.
I have.
But the dude is a stud defensively. And I have been saying that for 2 years. We've been saying that last year when they were putting him at center, putting Tatis at center. Ha-Seong Kim is a top defensive shortstop.
Can I just say this, and then I will drop my whole Manny thing. How could you have Ha-Seong Kim and Jake Cronenworth finalists, but not have the best infielder on the team as a finalist? It just it doesn't make any sense.
It is very fascinating when you look at it that way. You're talking about Manny Machado, Ha-Seong Kim, Jake Cronenworth. Who's a real Gold Glove finalist there?
Of the three,
who do you think it is? And it's both of them, not Manny Machado.
And then you got Soto out there. Listen, you guys already know how I feel about Soto. I'm a huge fan. But, buddy, he ain't great out there.
No.
Okay? He ain't great. Whether he don't want to hit the wall catching the ball or whether he don't want to take one off the face by hiding and ducking, he's not looked great out there.
He's got a great throwing arm, but he can't get to balls. He doesn't have a lot of range. He doesn't field the corners well. He's not a Gold Glove right fielder on any day. I mean, he can make a good play like all major leaguers can, but it shows you that it's a personal award.
Yeah.
I mean, right there with Machado being left off and those names being left on. I mean, all you got to do is look back at some other points in history. Go look at Albert Bell's 1995 season and explain to me how Mo Vaughn won the American League MVP award. Is because all the writers didn't like Albert Bell. They didn't like him. He wasn't well liked. He had a reputation. He had something else to bring up, and that's what they have.
Hey, nerd, Browner, put your glasses back on because I want you to react to this one. Okay. Outs above average from qualifying right fielders 1 through 39. Juan Soto ranks 39th, minus 15 outs above average.
Beebo, 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 beebo.
Yeah.
Play for the Nationals. Beebo, beebo. Won the home run derby. Beebo, beebo. Who does he play for now? The Padres.
The Padres.
Beebo. Put him in Gold Glove.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
Doesn't make any sense. If the game is so driven on beebo, how in the hell do these statistical people not make it?
Yeah.
Manny's got just as good statistics as Nolan Arenado. I guarantee you there are 27 other guys with better statistics in right field than Juan Soto. It doesn't make any sense. The bebopes are out of control.
And I know that Trent Grisham makes a lot of great plays. Really, really, really good plays out there. But he had a really bad year, didn't he?
Yeah.
But anyways, it is what it is. Machado snubbed, hardcore snub. But we focus on tonight. Tonight, we only have one more segment here, so let's get back on track. Tonight, it's going to be Joe Musgrove taking on Ranger Suarez. Musgrove, so far in the postseason, has been excellent. 1-0, a 1.38 ERA in 13 innings pitched. This season, his only outing against Philadelphia, 0-1 with a 9.0 ERA. Ranger Suarez, so far this year in the postseason, only pitched 3.1 innings. But did very well against the Padres in their one matchup. I told you guys, and we have talked about this, and this is really interesting when you take a look at it. The Padres, they're a juggernaut on the road, okay? They had a better record on the road. They scored 103 more runs on the road. How did the Phillies do at home? Well, They scored 13 less runs at home than they did on the road, which I find very interesting. So there you go. Tonight, your $100 million man, pay that man. Let's pay him. Joe Musgrove on the mound. You got to feel good about tonight. I mean, if you're a Padres fan, you got guys that weren't there in June that are there now. Juan Soto, Manny Machado, whether it be a Brandon Drury in the lineup, whether it be a Josh Bell in the lineup. It's probably one of those two. Probably not Will Myers tonight, although it is a lefty bat, so maybe. I don't know if you guys. I'm going to throw all kinds of stats at you now, Brenner. Look at Juan Soto in Philadelphia during his career. In 31 games played, he's hitting .333, an on-base percentage of .438, 12 home runs, 32 RBIs, and of course, 23 walks.
How many errors?
I don't know. I didn't look up his defensive metrics. I did not look those up.
Juan Soto, for all his walks and all your frustration if you're new to him, like I kind of am, with his not inability, he just not want to swing, as frustrating as it has become, when you need him to get a hit, damn it, he gets a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of forgives all that.
Yeah.
He had the huge hit against the Dodgers that tied the game up. He broke the game open with a hit here. So, I mean, I like those numbers, but he'll probably go 1 for 4. But the 1 will be in a 7th or 8th inning, and you're going to need him to hit a single to get somebody in. So I like those numbers, man. I've liked our chances with him in the lineup against them because he's so familiar with Philadelphia playing for the Nationals. So, and I like him in this park as well. It's a short right porch. He's definitely a pull hitter. Now we've just got to get him to get the ball in the air, and a lot of these balls will go out of the park.
And, he's got a chance to make big plays in right field because of that short little right field area there. There could be a ball that's hit into that area that looks like it's extra.
Wall.
Maybe it looks like it might be extra bases. He might be able to play that ball with his arm and maybe cut down a runner trying to get from first to third, or stretching a double, or throwing somebody out at home. So he's got to be on his toes out there in right field. It's going to be a hostile crowd. Philly's been very aggressive at the plate in everything they've played. So they've been putting balls, not just out of the park, but they've been hitting balls at guys and making them make plays. So defense and pitching is going to win tonight, I think. And, whatever they get from the offense, a big RBI double here in the 6th or 7th is what they need from one of those guys in the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, it's we've been talking about how fantastic the bullpen's been for the Padres. The Phillies bullpen has been just as good so far in the postseason. The Padres got to them. In the game 2. So that's an encouraging sign. They have hit they've hit everybody but Zach Wheeler and Tyler Anderson, basically.
That's it.
So
that's it.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about Tyler Anderson anymore. You might have to worry about Zach Wheeler come Saturday or Sunday.
And by the way, I've said this before, I will say this again. When they play Zach Wheeler again, they will hit him. They will hit him the next time because they will have seen it, and they will be able to catch up to that speed because now they'll have better preparation for it. I think that was the first game against a new team. This happens a lot in the NBA. This never happens in football, but because they don't play multiple games. When you make a huge win like they had against the Dodgers, and then you get into the ring, you get into the arena against another team, you punch the punches. Take a second to get used to the rhythm of playing against another team, getting your energy, getting relocked in. It takes a game, sometimes 2. It took the Padres a game, and I think they're back on the horse now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see tonight. Joe Musgrove's taking the mound. He talked about going into a hostile environment. And by the way, I love that hoodie that he's rocking today.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess to answer the first part, I feel like this game is every bit as big as those elimination games. You look at it like a count of an at-bat, that 1-1 pitch, just like a 1-1 series is a really big game to get some momentum, especially on the road here. And I think that we know if we win one of these games, especially this first one, that guarantees us an opportunity to go back home. So there's a lot of things that add up and, make the scenario what it is, but I think the approach stays the same. Things I've learned about, myself over this course is the process of getting ready for the game is always the most stressful part. The anticipation, the nerves, all that stuff settles in. But for me, it all seems to go away once, that first pitch is thrown and we're underway. So, being able to realize that and keep, that in perspective, that, you just got to make it to that first pitch and, stay calm. That's the most difficult part. But once I'm out there, man, I feel like I'm at home.
Dude,
I just
that sweater is bomb. I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, so Legends is the brand. They don't have it. I just think he might have just printed the LFGSD himself on there. Because I found that hoodie, but I couldn't find the one. I think he just put it on there himself.
He's going to make millions in broadcasting.
That
dude is going to take over for John Smoltz. That guy was born to do what he just did, and he's only going to be better as he gets older when he's like able to just talk about the game as a whole. That guy is going to make millions sitting in a seat talking baseball.
The chat, I see you guys. Shout out to you guys. I'm seeing your questions. I can't answer all of them. Yes, I did see. I have seen. I just haven't brought it up. Bruce Bochy is the new manager of the Texas Rangers. Boch back in the league. Obviously, the connection there. Chris Young is the general manager. Chris Young, like the 7-foot tall pitcher that used to pitch for the Padres. He's the general manager for the Rangers now. I did see that.
I'll tell you. So I'm reading another comment because since we're doing this, let's kind of interact with the people here. To you and Browner, the question is, how does it feel as a Padres fan like us? How does it feel when everyone still doubts us and we still continue to win? Look, bro, I told you from the jump. I was believing, and I think it's funny because the idea of the cute little story that's gonna continue. If we advance, it will only get bigger if you play the Yankees. It will only get bigger if you play the Astros, because the Astros have really been dominant for a long time, cheating or not. Their name's been in the forefront for a long time. They've got good.
They're the American League Dodgers.
Yes, pretty much.
And they're undefeated right now in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They haven't been beat.
Yeah, they're very good. I think it's talking about
Seattle beat them once, didn't they?
No.
Talking about winning the World Series is
It's
a little too far away. I can't answer that question, the asthmatic, because I am a doubter. I was a doubter.
Yeah,
I thought they could beat the Mets. I picked them to beat the Mets in 3. I did not think they would beat the Dodgers. I did not think they would get that monkey off their back. Now with that monkey off their back, I think they can make the World Series. And I think they should make the World Series. I think they are a better team. Just from rotation to actual, I mean, that lineup's pretty damn good for the Phillies too. But when you really take a close look at it, it's a very good lineup. Kyle Schwarber is good. Castellanos is good. Segura is good. Obviously, Bryce Harper they have some dudes.
Boom.
Bone, who hates Philadelphia. Remember game 2 of the season?
I
freaking hate this place. Yeah, they have some studs. We are just not as familiar with them as we are with the Dodgers. The Phillies have some studs, but I think the Padres are good enough to win this series. But tonight, like I said, for me, it's crucial because it just helps you. It just helps you so much to win tonight because now you can really set your rotation to go 7 if necessary. It gives you a little bit of breathing room because you're going to start Clevenger tomorrow unless he's really hurt. So tonight is a big, big game. And you're going to hear it right here on the Mightier 10.
Ivan Morales, yes, I am the baseball guy around here. Thank you, sir. No analytics needed either. The B-bulbs are ruining baseball.
That's so funny.
The B-bulbs need to get out of sports in general.
When you put those glasses on and do that, that's classic.
So let's we only have about 2 minutes left here before we hand it off to ESPN Radio. Jason, let's get your pick for tonight. Let's get your pick for the weekend, and I'll answer it this way. Who wins tonight, and will this series come back to San Diego on Monday?
Yeah, it's going to be Musgrove 6 2/3, maybe 2-3 runs, but I think that the Padres get some offense tonight. I like the Padres 6-3 tonight.
And they come back. Do they win all 3, or do they drop one in Philly?
I think they probably will lose game 4 and 5, which is, I think this is an imperative game because you lose tonight. The wall gets closer to your back in a series like this. You win tonight, and you feel like you can take the legs out of these guys and not have to have it go 7, in my opinion.
Crowner?
Oh, I already said they win game 3, they win game 5. So they will come back to San Diego with game 6, ready to rock and roll.
I'm going to surprise you guys. I think they do win tonight. I think they win tomorrow. And I think Saturday is just going to be a slugfest. I think because the Phillies, they don't know who they're going to throw out either. I think it's going to be a slugfest on Saturday, and the Padres come out on top. I think it's a close one on Sunday, and the Padres come back to San Diego, and we'll see. But I just want to focus on tonight. I think they win tomorrow. I think they win Sunday. I think they drop a close one. and we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. This is an exciting time. If you're going out to Petco Park tonight or tomorrow for the watch party, tag us at Kaplan.
Yeah.
I want to see what it looks like. It's sold out. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means the entire Petco sold out or just the lower bowl.
No, see, I think it's the grass area. I thought it was the park in the park.
No, it's in the bowl. It's in the stadium.
It's probably the lower bowl.
They
it's
sold
probably
out
for
every
safety
seat
and
in the lower bowl.
All it says is sold out. I don't know what that means. That's what I'm saying. Tag us if you're going tonight. If you're going tomorrow, tag us. Padres, if you sold out the lower bowl like that, open it up. Let's go. Open it up. Open up the terrace. Open up the 300s because people will go. The city's ready to explode. The city's
Give
on
out
fire.
towels.
If you're listening on Mightier 1090, stick around. The ESPN pregame show for NLCS Game 3 starts right now at 4 o'clock. And then it'll be first pitch at 4:37. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate the whoever many were here.
Love
and
y'all.
Stick around. We will have a little bit of bonus content in just 1 second. Shout out to everybody. Let's go. Let's effing go, San Diego.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
The Rich Eisen Show airs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. An engaging blend of insightful football expertise with an offbeat mix of humor and pop culture while continuing to attract the most recognizable names in sports and entertainment. Only on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
Murray Lampert's design process is very collaborative. We love the process, and what's best about the process is the way that it can flex as needed. So if there's a new piece of technology that's available that's really going to help us out make a more accurate model, we're going to utilize that. We'll send the measure-off team to the house, and they will end up scanning the house using drones, LiDAR scanning, lasers, and tape measures to measure every square inch of the home. Then they'll take that information back to the office and build a 3D model of the home. We'll be upfront and honest if they're asking for things that may be out of their budget. We're going to let them know up front. We're always motivated to strive for excellence. There's kind of not another way to be. We do the best work we can and ultimately make the homeowners happy. What makes me proud is when we present that 3D model to the homeowners and we wow them. Sometimes we even bring tears to their eyes because they love the design so much. That brings me a lot of joy.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for a healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Clever Care Health Plan, your partners for comprehensive care.
I feel like I have the fun part of the job where I get to help out and make my clients' houses look beautiful. We start with looking at the floor plan, space planning, and then we look at countertops, tile, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, everything like that. We have a lot of client meetings start in our conference room. Sometimes we have some clients that have already selected certain items that they want to incorporate into their project. We want to make sure they're happy with it because they're going to be living with it for a very long time. Sometimes we'll do something that goes totally with the style, and then we'll have a total outlier option for the client. And a lot of the times they end up going with that because they want to see something totally different. We want to make sure that we're focusing in on our clients. I really want to make sure at the end of the day the clients are happy, that I'm keeping up with my communication with them, and that we know that at the end of the day as well, and moving through the process of construction and everything, that we're going to have a successful project.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hola, I'm JR Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
We're the hosts for Su Vida, where we showcase California restaurants, music,
art, culture, and so much more.
We would love to talk to you about featuring your business on our show.
Yes, and as an added bonus, you get to keep the professional video segment to repurpose and use on your website or social media channels.
Please click on the link below to get more information about how to put your business on Su Vida.
We hope to hear from you soon.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Brought to you by Procopio, San Diego's largest law firm, committed to community, representing San Diegans for more than 75 years. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Hey, what's going on to all of our Cox Your View viewers out there? Scott Kaplan here from the Kaplan and Crew Studios. And coming up this weekend, if you are a rugby fan, now I will tell you, I don't know the game of rugby all that well, but I do know this. It's gotten real popular here in San Diego in particular. I know a lot of people whose kids play high school rugby, going on to play rugby in college, and a big collegiate rugby event, and it will be streamed all weekend with YourView, and it'll be televised on Sunday, the semifinals and the finals. Liz Entwistle will be on the call during the television broadcast, and she's joining us right now. Hi, Liz. How are you?
Hi, Scott. Doing well. I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled for the event this weekend. We've had quite a fall so far of warm-up tournaments and getting to see a lot of these teams in action and really a full season back, given all of the pauses and changes within the last 2 years, too. So it'll be fantastic seeing a lot of these teams at full strength.
So Liz, complete rugby novice, know very little. You know, there used to be a sevens event here in San Diego many years ago that I got to see in person. And I love to see the athletes in the game, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Can you tell us about what the weekend is, what the West Coast Sevens tournament is all about?
Sure. So I'll go back. That tournament that is in San Diego was actually part of the World Rugby World Sevens Series. And that is an event that takes place over the course of several weekends throughout the year, all around the world. We'll be coming up to Hong Kong, which is a remake of last year's event this October. But then it starts again with Dubai, Cape Town, South Africa, a stop that's now in Los Angeles, Vancouver. And a lot of players from programs that are participating in this weekend's West Coast Sevens have played for the USA team, but also for other national teams. So this event was started in 2011 when the Olympics awarded Rugby Sevens a spot in the Rio Olympics. And since then, we've had the Olympic Games in Tokyo as well. And it's really set up as a tournament to take college rugby and elevate it and provide more playing opportunities. So we actually had a first leg at Cal Poly that was the weekend prior to this. And before that, a warm-up tournament at UCLA, the Westwood Sevens. Meanwhile, teams by University of San Diego and UCSD actually played each other in some friendly scrimmages. So it's all about game preparation, elevating programs, providing more opportunities to play, and tons of action. So with 16 teams this weekend, there'll be 4 pools of 4. You're going to see national champion caliber teams. Cal Berkeley is a team to look for. University of Arizona, we'll see Utah coming in, but also some defending national champions in the form of University of Southern California, who won the USA Rugby, the blue division in the national championships at Kennesaw State earlier this year. And then we also saw University of San Diego win the men's red division, which is a D1 AA competition. And 4 of these teams also competed in the gold D1A level too. So there's so many interesting storylines to look for in terms of programs on the rise, established teams, who's going to be the next national team player. A program like UCLA has a player in the form of Lucas LeCamp, who's actually not playing in this competition because he's in the USA Rugby national team setup. And so he's in residency in Chula Vista, hoping to get a World Series spot and build towards the next cycle of the Olympics and the Rugby World Cup.
Okay, so I am just so blown away by everything you just said, and I wish we had like 20 minutes. We've only got a few. I love opportunity for athletes, and it just sounds like there is so much in rugby. So here's a question for you: are these varsity teams at these universities? Are these club teams? Can you just explain that? We've got about 2 minutes to go, but I'd really love to hear about that.
Yes, a few of the teams are varsity teams. So University of California, Berkeley has been an established varsity program for quite some time. If you think of legacy programs, they are the old like Iowa men's wrestling or like the UNC and Duke basketball of the rugby world. We have teams like Grand Canyon University out of Arizona. That's a relatively new program, but also has players sign a commitment letter and provides a lot of opportunities kind of at the next level. Some of these programs, like the USC program I mentioned, Nevada Reno, UC Davis, these are club teams. And some of them will train, twice a week and do strength and conditioning sessions. Some of them will train 5 days a week. So there's opportunities for entry points to rugby at any level. And sometimes you'll see a player that may start at, say like a Sacramento State that really wants to take their rugby career further and pursue an opportunity at the programs like a GCU, or see if they can transfer into like a Berkeley and programs like that as well. So it just kind of depends on what sort of pipeline and different entry points that people have too, because a lot of these players will have played over the summer for sevens. A lot of them will affiliate with men's clubs teams, and quite a lot of these players are actually in major league rugby academies, particularly with the San Diego Legion and the LA Giltinis. They've got fantastic academy setups similar to soccer setups.
I am so glad you just mentioned the San Diego Legion, because they're on my radar. I got to get more into this. Hey, listen, I want to say to everybody who's watching right now, yourview.com, YURVIEW, yourview.com, Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 p.m. We're streaming all day. Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, from 9 a.m. till later in the day, almost 5 o'clock. That's when you're going to see all of this stuff. The semifinals and the final games between 2 and 4:40 in the afternoon on television. Liz, have a great call for all of these games, and thanks for the information. We really appreciate it.
Not a problem. For more information, you can follow the West Coast Sevens either on the internet, also all over social media too. Stay tuned for all the scoring updates, player highlights, and more.
There you go. Liz Entwistle, great to visit with you. Stick around. More to come.
The NFL lives here. If it's about the NFL, you found the right station. Join 1090 every Sunday during the NFL season for the exclusive SoCal home of not one, but 2 NFL games every Sunday during the season on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Watch live streaming rugby action for 2 full days with West Coast Sevens Collegiate Tournament from Treasure Island in San Francisco on Saturday, October 22nd and Sunday, October 23rd on yourview.com. See some of the best college teams in the West, including the #1 ranked Cal Golden Bears and the 2019 Cup champions, UCLA. Then tune in and catch the televised Cup semifinals and finals on YourView from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday, October 23rd. Visit yourview.com for more information.
Change the way you look and feel with San Diego's most comprehensive varicose and spider vein treatment facility. San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center offers minimally invasive, pain-free procedures performed by board-certified cardiologist Dr. Tahizadeh. With over 17 years of experience, we specialize in the diagnosis of varicose veins, spider veins on the face, hands, and legs, ankle discoloration, leg swelling, and more. Improve your vein health today. Visit consultation.sdveintreatment.com or call 619-582-2404.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Clever Care Health Plan, your partners for comprehensive care.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.